station, boys and girls. It's time for Blame and Phable and his amazing friends.
We take our passions, our failures, and turn them into conversations with you.
Station. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first Blame Phable and his amazing friends with Nick Comic Culture of the year, man. So glad to be on with you guys, hanging out with you guys. I hope you guys had a great new year. I had a fantastic one, but without further ado, please help me welcome Brother Joe.
Station, my brother.
What's going on, Brother
Been a
Joe?
little while. Let me see if my pipes are still working. Ladies and gentlemen, this was for you. I never met a group that makes me feel the way that you do.
It's all right.
Whenever I'm asked who makes my dreams real, I say you do.
You're out of sight.
So fee, fi, fo, fum. Look out, Phable, because here I come. Get ready, get ready. I'm going to try to sing this song for you, so get ready, get ready. Get ready, because here I come. Get ready, because here I come.
Hey.
Get ready, because here I come. Get ready, because here I come.
Thank you, Brother Joe. That is an awesome first pick song for the first show of the year, man. Thank you.
Well, I think we all get ready to have a good time.
Yeah, hell yeah. Always, Brother Joe. You know how we do. We have a great show lined up. Awesome guests. Unfortunately, our brother Nick Comic Culture could not join us. He's got some family in from out of town. So, he's got to go do the family thing. And, I miss him. But show must go on. Right, Brother Joe?
Hell, I think he's on some sunny beach somewhere. Soaking up the sun and just giving you a line of bull.
Give me a lot of bull.
We love him.
But, Brother Joe, what do we have in this channel more than anything else?
Da-da-da-da. We have the most amazing of amazing friends.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, I put the call out to see who could join me. It was a last-minute call, and I got somebody to join us, and I wanted to keep it a surprise. I didn't tell anybody, nobody in the Bad Batch, not our guest, anybody who our guest co-host is. But let me bring
You didn't
this
even tell
in.
me.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you. You don't even know who it is.
So if you didn't tell me, shit.
Let me bring this brother in, man. It's my pleasure to have him on once again. I'm talking about my brother, S. Vaughn, 82.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Station? Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Oh, yeah, brother. Thanks for joining me. It was
man.
last minute. I asked you on a whim, man, brother. I need a co-host. I loved hanging out with you. The last show, we had a fantastic show. And you answered that call, brother. And let me tell you, man, you ever need anything, I got you for life, brother. Because this brother did not hesitate. He said, brother, what time is the show? That's all you got to tell me.
I got you. I got you. I'm here. Likewise, man. Likewise.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So it's going to be a little different this time, though, Esfon. You're in the co-host chair now. So, you know what I mean?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go, man.
You got anything you want to interject, anything you want to say, anything that we miss, you just let me know. You just put it out there, my brother.
Cool. Will do. Will do.
But besides that, you know, last time we spoke, it was a little bit before Christmas. So Christmas is past, New Year's passed. I know you've had a few streams yourself over these last few weeks, man. How have you been? How was Christmas? Were you a good little S-Fon? Did you get everything you wanted?
Yeah, man. Everything went well. All I really care about is if my son had a good Christmas. He had a great Christmas. The holidays went well overall. And we got through it. And the new year, 2024, is going to be a great year. So just looking forward to things to come, man. And glad to be back here. I was backstage jamming out to Brother Joe singing, and I'm just ready for another good show. I felt like I should come in singing, but I can't sing, so.
Neither, don't feel bad, Vaughn. Neither can I. Like I tell everybody, these guys make me a star. I'm a star on TV. I only play one on TV. I'm nobody, but I play a star on TV.
Well, man, thanks for joining me once again, Scottie. We have a great show today. Like I said, an awesome guest. Some good stuff to talk about. Some crazy stuff happened in the last few weeks, and I just want to get you guys' opinion on it. But before we get into that, let's say what up to everybody joining us in the chat, man. Of course, we couldn't do this show without all of you guys, so I always love to say what up. First up, we got our guest in the house. This about to be fun. Hashtag we are Legion. Hell yeah, man. We got my brother, Bobby Delgado.
Bobby. What's up, man?
What is going on, Bobo? We got my brother, Billy Power Max in the house. Hail and station, Billy. How are you, man? We got my brother, Dimension Slip in the building saying, good luck with the show, guys. I'm off to the pub and we'll stream later. Station. Hey, take a shot for me, Dimension Slip. That's all I ask, man.
Yeah.
Take a shot for me, my brother. Yeah, I think he's from the UK, right? So it's nighttime over there right now, I believe. So yeah, he's out on the town tonight. He's out on the town. We got Pops Attic in the house. Station. Yeah. He said, let's go, Station. I'm here for my free, no prize. Hell yeah. We got friend of the show, Southern Comic Geek in the building. What is going on, SCG, man? Check out the show we did with SCG not too long ago. Awesome time with that brother. First time I ever did a stream with him. Great time. We got Cliff on comics in the house. He said, yo, folks, hashtag we are Legion. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We got the big man, DJ Links in the building saying, what is going on, my brother? We got my brother Mike Hag 77 in the building. Mike Hag saying, Mike? Station my peeps. And every time I see Mike in the chat, I am reminded that today is Throw Your Sets Up Saturday, man. So if you got a IG account, today we do this little hashtag Throw Your Sets Up Saturday where we just throw up sets of anything you have in the collection, anything that goes together that makes a great set. Doesn't matter if it's comics, toys, you just put it up and you share, and we all get to see the awesome things in your collection. So many people have met each other through Throw Your Sets Up Saturday. It's amazing. Things been going on for 2 or 3 years at this point, and it's only getting bigger and better. So Mike, Station, and thanks for joining us. We got 9-panel grid in the building saying, Station, what is up, man? We got Esvon 82, much love from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hell yeah, man. Who else we got in the house? We got that one, Eric, in the house.
What's up, dude?
Nation E, what is going on? We got my brother Verno, Blood, Splatter, Chatter in the building. What is going on, Verno? How are you, my brother? Thank you for joining us. We got my KC brother, Beckerman, in the building saying, hey, fellas, what is going on? Beckerman, man. Station, guys. So many good people in the building today. for our first show of 2024. We got my sister, HK Wifey 420, aka Sheena, aka Melanin and Manga in the building. Station, what is going on, sis?
Man,
Much
a lot of
love,
cool people
man.
in the chat.
Hell yeah, chat is popping, man. We got so many good people hanging with us. Nostalgic addicts talking about good people in the building. What is going on? We got Road Collecting, man, saying station to everyone. Station Road Collecting. How are you? Kyle's of Comics 87. Hi everybody.
Wow.
Hashtag we are Legion. Hell yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, so talking about the man himself, man. This next guest, he's been doing his thing for quite some time, you know, and in a short amount of time, he's managed to amass, pardon the pun, a legion of friends and subs to his channel. You know, this it's no wonder why he uses the hashtag We Are Legion, man. And this guy also recently won a CBC award, man, for community builder, which if you see all the streams that Mark does, all the channels he interacts with, all the events that he's been a part of, it's no question that he would win a community builder award. So let's bring on the man. This is a long time in the making for me. I've always wanted Mark on, but Mark, you had to understand I had to get my stuff up. I couldn't just have you on, you know, when I was just showing stuff off on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have some class. But let me bring on the man himself, Mark, Legion of Comics.
Yes, Mark.
Station. What is going on, Mark?
What's up, bro?
Not much as living the dream.
Nice.
Glad to finally be here. I see my Instagram just waiting for the big call up, and it never happened. So I'm glad to have made it to the evolved version of the show. Yes. Yeah, that was one of the funniest weeks on YouTube ever, bro.
Yes. A hilarious week.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble. I think I'm missing some stuff what Mark's saying. Say that again, Mark.
Oh, he was showing off his shirt. I was looking at it. I said that was one of the funniest weeks on YouTube ever.
Yeah.
To explain a little bit of the backstory, this was a meme created by circumstances. And you can actually find this shirt. I'm sure Mark can tell you where you can find this, but
LegionofComics.shop.
Yes, LegionofComics.shop. You can get this shirt on there.
Get really this hat, cool. That shirt.
A lot of cool stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks for joining me, Mark. Like I said, it's been a long time in the making. I'm sorry to hear that you're a little bit under the weather today, but I'm glad you're still trooping it out with us today, hanging out. Recently I had a stream, and it was a little Instagram stream. I went live, and we were just hanging out, talking shit. I think I was with Stu. And Mark popped in, you know, and we just started getting into the MonsterVerse and started talking about all the new Godzilla stuff that's been coming out. And man, one thing about you, Mark, that I could say is that when you're passionate about something, man, you make all of us want to check that shit out. Like, I don't care what it is.
I tried to advocate strong for things that I believe in, that I enjoy, that I think are fun. That's how you grow the community. That's how you support the hobby. That's how you get more of what you enjoy is people checking it out and supporting it. So I try to get other people there with me. Plus, I need someone to talk to about all this stuff that I like.
Well, let me tell you, man, you got me on that train. As soon as I got off of that stream, I went straight to HBO Max. I added every Godzilla thing I could find. I was like, I'm gonna watch all this shit, and I have the Apple thing, so I could watch the Monarch show.
Yeah, that finale, that was so good. Like I said, I need people to talk to. I didn't have no one to message when that finale wrapped up, so I hit TM up because I knew he hasn't been watching it at all, and I just bombarded him with clips and like I just spewed my excitement all over him. And he's TM's A1 in my book, and he'll just sit there and be excited. He'll like, if you're excited about something, he's excited too. You know, that infectious excitement. He's the guy. He's definitely awesome.
Shout out TM Nerdy.
Yeah, that's one of my go-tos right there.
Gentlemen, it's going to be a lovely show. I did my part, and now it's a holiday for me over here in Kansas City. As you can see, I'm decorating my house.
Oh snap!
Did you steal a trophy from someone?
Oh wow, that's nice.
Bobby made this for me.
That is awesome, dude.
That is cool.
And what
yeah.
I'm doing is I'm decorating the house because I got a big game tonight. The playoffs. Who's talking playoffs? Got a big game tonight, and I'm gearing up for it.
Well, thank you always, Brother Joe, for lending us your time, singing us such awesome songs, and giving us that, that good mood we need to get into the show, my brother. I love you so much. Have a good day, my brother.
All right, gentlemen, have a great show, and I'll catch you in the chat. Station to all and everybody. Thank you for letting me do my thing.
You already know, Brother Joe.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let me just say what up to some more people that came into the chat when we were saying hello. Let me see. And
cool people
comment here. We got my brother Warren Smith, Mr. Anthropic 666 on IG, man. Station, how are you? We got Joe 4771 or 771. Is this another cult?
Absolutely.
The beginning of one.
Plenty of Kool-Aid for everybody.
Right, exactly. Comic Cap Collectibles in the house saying hello.
What's up, man?
Comic Cap, how are you? Thanks for joining us, man. And Joe added that Echo is a 9 out of 10. We're going to talk about Echo, Joe, so stick around, man.
Oh, man.
Stick around. We got my brother, friend
Has
of the
Joey
show.
been hacked?
What's up, Rob?
Uh-oh, right off the top. Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics is in the building. My man, Mark.
Yes.
Hashtag We Are Legion. Hell yeah, man. That's right. Miami has a parade there tonight. Uh-oh. Started trouble. We got my brother, Comics with Bueller in the building saying, what up,
Bueller?
Gentlemen? Station. What is going on, Bueller, man? I knew Mark wouldn't like it.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. It just was honest.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
If that was a 9 out of 10, what is in game? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be realistic here. Let's not talk out of our necks.
That's true.
Honesty is the best policy.
Very valid.
If you're gonna go high, you got to think of all the things that you would go high for automatically.
A lot of stuff exists in the 6-7 range, and that's acceptable. You know what I mean?
Right.
The exception to the rule is the 9s. That's an exception to the rule, and a 10 doesn't exist.
Right.
Dr. Blaga's in the house, finally able to make a live.
No, I agree.
Oh
yeah, I think Infinity War is a 9.
I would agree with that statement. Yeah,
not right there. That was something.
Beckerman said 9 to 10 minutes is how long I made it into Echo.
Dude, and that's crazy because that's like the best part of the show is the first 10 minutes or so, when they're just showing you old footage from Hawkeye, which I thought it was just okay too.
Yep. This ain't modern comic grading. LOL.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nocturnal Miss So in the building. Station. Nocturnal Miss So, how are you, man? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, of course, this is the show where we get into a few headlines. We've been off for a few weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So there's a few things that happen, but not too much. But there's one big thing that happened. Now, this thing that happened doesn't really affect me per se, but a lot of my friends in the community may or may have not been affected by this thing. And of course, I'm talking about the CGC reholder scandal, man. This thing is probably the biggest scandal to hit comics since Acetate Gate, and Acetate Gate got nothing on this shit.
Way more fun, man.
Yeah, this is way worse than that. So, just for anybody who doesn't know what's going on, who's not really privy to the details, because they don't really care. CGC may not be their thing. That they're just not up on it, but maybe they're curious. Apparently, a scammer or scammers, what they would do is basically take 2 copies of a book, right? 2 slab copies, and one of them would be a 9.8, and the other one would be anywhere from 9.2 to, let's say, to 9.6, right? In the kind of undiscernible area, right? Because sometimes we say, what's the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8 anyway? Well, somebody exploited that whole concept, right? So they would take a 9.8 slab and a 9.6 slab, and let's say they had one of them had a Mark Jewelers insert. They would get the lower grade one with a Mark Jewelers insert, and then swap the shit. Put the lower grade Mark Jewelers insert, send that back. Tell CGC, hey, you forgot this insert on the label, and CGC would just willy nilly change it, and all of a sudden you got a low grade Mark Jewelers insert at a 9.8, and then the book that's the higher grade that doesn't have the insert, that one would just get re-slabbed at a 9.8, right? Because it's a higher grade than what it's in, and repeat, rinse and repeat, right? So we have no idea how long this has been going on, right? There's no real timeline on how long this was going. Some people speculate it could have been a decade. Some people speculate it could have been the whole life of CGC as a company, right?
It raises a lot of questions, for sure.
So the way this got discovered is that a gentleman bought a Spider-Man 252 Mark Jewelers for $17,000, right? So he decided to go on the CGC forums and put his little registration number. And I don't know much about CGC, so correct me if I'm wrong. But when he did this, they have pictures of the books that they grade, like high grade scans where you can look at the book yourself. And very quickly he noticed that wasn't his book, right? That's not the book. And the label on it said no Mark Jewelers. And his label says Mark Jewelers. So of course you put it into the forums of CGC, and they did an investigation. They found some guy, and it blew up, right? Because this is the integrity of this entire company, right?
Yep.
Rests on this kind of stuff.
Yep.
So immediately they put out a statement. Of course, they had to as a company, and immediately they try to revise some of their policies on getting things reholdered and this, and they also hold up. I got some other information here. Yeah, they also put out a list of 350 comic books that could be potentially affected by this reholder scam. Now,
by that one submitter.
sure.
Right.
And I was just about to say that just because it's 350 books doesn't mean we're talking about literally 350 books. We could literally be talking about 350,000 books, because we're talking about all the grades from 9 to whatever 10 on all 350 of these books. God knows how many other senses of each number of each grade. So my question to everybody here is basically, what is your overall relationship with CGC? What is CGC in your collecting life, right? Like, what's your relationship with it? And after something like this, would you trust a CGC again, right? Would you trust a company like that? And finally, I want to know, do you think this hurt CGC, right? Because I don't feel like it did, but I got to ask if you think this really put a dent in them. And I'm going to start with my co-host, SVon82, my brother. What's your relationship with these slabs, and what do you think about the integrity of CGC going forward?
I have recently started submitting stuff to CGC. Actually, I really have recently. Right before the news hit, I had submitted a book, and it raised a lot of questions and made me feel concerned. Obviously, they took a little bit to address it. I feel like they took a little bit too long to address it, but I don't think that it's going to affect CGC. I really don't feel like it will affect them ultimately, honestly. I think that they will still remain the top dog in the world of comic book grading. I don't think it'll hurt them any, honestly. I just feel like they took too long to address it.
Yeah. A lot of my friends and like my circle of friends, a lot of them don't really care about CGC too much. I'm included. I have one slab in my whole collection, and that was gifted to me by Den Comics. Shout out to Den Comics. But I know a lot of people that do collect this stuff, and I just want to say it's not all for money purposes, right? Like most people, when they think about CGC, is always like value attached to it, and that's that's a gimme. But you can say that about all collectibles, right? You can attach a value to anything that's a collectible.
True.
There are people out there that actually just like seeing their books in these slabs. They want to put them on their wall. They want to look at them. You know what I mean? It's a
fun way to collect.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an extra layer. So it's not all about money with everybody. So, you know, I can't imagine what something like this would do to a friend that has a whole wall of these things. What do you do? What do you do?
Hundreds of CGCs.
I might have like 20. I'm not
Doesn't
huge
bother me.
into it, but I have like 20.
Yeah, I got what was our friend? Oh man, he had like a wall of these things, man. Like his whole basement was lined, and they were all Silver Age, all Golden Age, all stuff like that. I'm like, what do you do? You know what I mean? But Mark, what do you think about this? What's your relationship with CGC?
Our relationship with CGC, I guess it's like a good side bitch, you know, like it doesn't affect my buying and reading and enjoyment of the hobby. But when I want a little something extra on the side, I can call up CGC, send them a book, wine and dine it, get it back.
I like that. I like that.
So it's like a good side bitch. It doesn't affect my daily whatsoever. How does it affect the hobby? It doesn't. How does it affect 99.9% of people who collect comics? It doesn't. Why does any of us pretend like we're out here buying $15,000 copies of ASM 252 or $40,000 copies of Hulk 181? We're not. If unless you shop in that caliber, this doesn't affect you.
Right.
They're not doing low dollar schemes on this. How does it affect CGC? It doesn't, because probably 90% of people who comic book ain't even heard of this happening, don't even care. It doesn't affect their daily. You know, we're a small part of the community that reports on stuff and talks about stuff. And I'm happy that CGC addressed it and didn't just ignore it. I think it was smart of them to take the time that they did to address it, to get some information, you know, and come up. They pretty much said like, yo, we hired Dog the Bounty Hunter. We're coming for you. That's what I heard when they're like, yeah, we got an investigator. We're looking into it. I just pictured Dog the Bounty Hunter bear mason somebody. I'm like, that's dope. But it's such a small part of the hobby inside the hobby. But shit like this happens, you know, with anything in collectible or anything with value throughout history. It's just part of it.
Are you still going to send stuff out?
Yeah. Like this doesn't affect you if you're submitting. This only affects you if you're like buying off of eBay or Heritage or from a Comic-Con. This only affects you purchasing a pre-existing slab.
Right.
Like, if you send something in to submit, they're going to grade it, encapsulate it, and be done. It's that a slab has the exterior plastic and has an interior plastic. When you reholder something, they break the exterior, take your book and put it in a new exterior. So it never comes out of that interior. They never reopen it and regrade it to do reholders.
Right.
So it doesn't affect me at all.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just worried that it could affect me in the long term when they have to add something to their process, or they update their slabs to be more durable or more tamper resistant or something to the process that affects costs in the long run. If they can find an excuse to charge us more, they will.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah, I was joking with one of my friends when I heard about this. I said, oh, well, this is how you get 2-time certification now. You get the book certified and the slab certified. And guess who's going to certify the slab?
Yeah.
CGC themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree, man. Do you buy? Have you guys bought CGC slabs that were already slabbed off eBay? So have you done that in the past?
Oh yeah,
I have.
Yeah, I've got tons and tons of slabs, just slabs and slabs and slabs. But again, it doesn't affect me. I'm not buying $10,000 slabs and more.
Right.
You know?
Me either.
They're not running this gambit to make an extra $50 on a slab kind of thing. They're doing it with them big boy books.
Yeah. If you want to get more into this, if this interests you, Swaggle House and I think another guy, they did a bunch of videos covering this stuff. And I checked out some of their videos, and they actually named some of these guys. I don't want to get into that. You know, I'm not really into outing people, but they got into that. So if you want to know about that, you can go check their videos out. But yeah, it is crazy to think though that this could have been going on for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's been going on since the company exists in some form or fashion, right?
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Human beings, the way we could just like maneuver through systems, right? The way people think of stuff. It's insane. But yeah, everybody in the chat, What did you think about this reslabbing thing?
Yeah,
Like I
I'm
said,
curious.
it doesn't
What do
really
you
affect
guys
me. It
think?
doesn't look like it affects my guests too much, because like you said, we're just submitting stuff. We're not really buying too much, and we're not buying those $17,000 books and shit like that.
Does it affect any of you guys in the chat? Do any of you guys in the chat, did it change the way that you guys feel about CGC? Let us know.
Hell yeah. Does anybody, if anybody has a slab that was on this list that is curious, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to just be like, oh, whatever, I don't care? Or are you going to try to submit and see what happens?
Yeah, the CGC response to that was because the list that they put out was a list of books submitted by said guy. They're not a list of fraudulent books. Many of them can be just regular submissions from the dude, So they're asking you if you have a questionable book and you want it inspected, send it in. They'll crack it to make sure that your Marvel value stamp's still in your Hulk 180, or make sure there's an insert in the Mark Jeweler that says it. And if it is, they'll reholder it for free and send it back to you at no charge with a new certificate cert number on it, so that they can kill the old ones that are questionable. But if your book has been tampered with, if there is a discrepancy, we don't know exactly how they're planning on compensating. It's going to be on a book situation by book situation basis, and they're asking that if you have receipts and proof of purchases and stuff like that, that they would need it to make the process easier as well.
Yeah. I just feel bad for all the guys that, you know what I mean? They think they have these, Canadian price variant Mark Jeweler ASM 300s, and they really don't. And that's messed up, man.
I guess low grade is better than no grade now.
Tell me about it. You just made a case for that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. My brother Real Rude 6 in the building saying, yo, what up, homies? What up, Real Rude? I have a few things I like to grade, but the grading seems so arbitrary to me. I don't know if I want to do it.
It's fun, man. It's fun. It is arbitrary, but it's fun. If it's for you, like my books are for me. I didn't buy something like, oh, if I grade it, I can sell it for more. No, they're for me because it's fun. It's like when you really love a woman, you're like, how can I tell her I love her more? You want to put a ring on it. Right. That's like the equivalent in the comics. Like, man, I like this book. It looks so good. Man, I love these characters. I'm about to put a ring on it. Like, that polish.
I totally agree. That's the exact same reason why that I've been submitting stuff to CGC. It's stuff from my PC that's going to stay with me forever. Books that I love, that I'm always going to love, that have meaning to me. So
it's the extra layer of getting to play with the book. Like man, I've really wanted this Wolverine one. I really want you find it. You're like, I got it now. And then that feeling goes away of the hunt is the most enjoyable part of this hobby a lot of time. And then when you get it, you're like, well, now I got it.
Right.
Now what do I do? Well, I can continue having fun with this one book right here by sending it off and being anxious and excited because it's out of my house now. And
let's get it cleaned and pressed.
Then you get the notification, oh, it's on the way back. And it's just fun. Like the hobby can be very interactive and fun beyond just reading a comic, and it's a way to do it.
Yep.
Boom. Hell yeah, man. Warren said, who elected them as official? Who set them up as the highest caliber? I guess we did in a lot of ways, Warren. I mean, they just offer a service, and the people who they built it up by taking part of it. They
were the first one by a landslide, so it was just a natural process.
Yeah. I got a friend that he was recently on the show, Real Dracula's Wolf. He does it because he likes the he said that he likes coming into his room and feeling like it's a museum. Like it has all these fine art pieces. You know what I mean? The Kirby's, the Dickos, and stuff like that. And
that's cool.
I understand that. I get that. Yeah.
I understand that too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Last Days of the Bad Moon coming soon by Power Max Comics. Hell yeah. Promote that shit, Billy. My Bullshit Comics got more slabs than any post I've ever seen, but he submits his own books. There you go. Don't let CGC affect you and make it your side bitch. I love it. Phable looking Jack, Joe. Can you tell he's been hitting the hack squats? You need the world's greatest detective. Yeah, somebody get Batman on this.
No, it's Detective.
I think all people should be held accountable, whether it affects me or not. I agree. I agree. If it does damage to their business, hey man, don't be just reholdering these books. If you're how you gonna you got to know that people are scammers, right? You got to know. You can't just say, oh, we missed the Mark Jewelers. Okay, just switch the label or whatever it is. Come on. It also affects the market. Yeah, it really affects the market. That's where people are hurting. And that's kind of why we're not affected, because we're not into it. We're doing it for fun, like Mark said.
And we're not in that caliber of market,
Yeah, that's way out our tax bracket.
None of us delusional like we got that kind of money.
Space Case Cards in the house saying, what up, guys? Station Space Case Cards. Oh, my sister's in the building. Binja. Station. She said, hello. Have to imagine there are potential lawsuits with all the money that was thrown around. Yeah. Yeah. When you get into 17,000, 18,000, 23,000, come on, of course.
When they confirm that they've hired an independent investigator company to look into it, that costs them money.
Yeah.
That means they're planning on getting their money back from somebody else.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You're going to get that money back somewhere. Yeah.
Taylor Winder in the house saying, I'm sleeping with Mark's side piece.
Yeah.
Keep her warm for me, T-Dubs. Keep her warm.
I've never graded, and as of yet, I don't own any slabs. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Space Case. I have
not even any cards. Them little graded cards are so fun, man.
Oh, I love the graded cards.
Yeah. Having a little Barbie CGC. Like, this is cute.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Nice. For the cards, it kind of makes a lot of sense for me too, because with the comics, you got something on the inside that you're missing out on, right? In a lot of ways, you could just see the covers. With cards, it makes perfect sense.
Just show up to like the Pokemon game with all your cards slab.
Your deck is like this. Oh man, no slabs, but issues with AFA and CIB. No slabs, but issues with what's AFA and CIB? I'm not sure.
No slabs, but
I met someone at the con last week that had bought an ASM 300 that was on that list. God damn.
That sucks.
Oh yeah. If I was hesitant to drop the amount of money those books are worth before, I now have zero desire to, and that's the damage right there. There it is. A lot of people trepidation.
Like, unless you really got money. I mean, really got money. Like, think about that. The book that kickstarted it all was ASM 252 Mark Jewelers, $15,000 book. $15,000 book. When you're talking that kind of graded price, you're looking at a massive discount for a raw copy of the same book, and then to submit yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a lot of people, myself included, I buy raw books and submit them myself.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I really care, I'll do it. And it's so much cheaper than buying just already graded books.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe open your heart a little more to 9.6s or 9.4s.
I opened my heart to 1.8s a long time ago. When
there you go.
First appearance of Swamp Thing and my first appearance of the Suicide Squad, and I opened my heart to low grade is better than no grade from the jump. I'm there for the book. As long as it's complete and readable, that's the only requirements I have for those old big boy books.
There you go. There you go. I'm really suspicious now about the validity of my 9.8 Action Comics #1.
Right.
Double check it, Pops. Double check it.
Hey, Trade Paper Dad in the house saying CBCS slabs are more durable.
I like the new label. I like the new label.
I know a lot of people are like, this is crap. Like, it looks amazing. It looks awesome.
I think it looks great.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Dr. Blogger said, low grade gang. Hell yeah. Phable, my boy. What up, Rude? What's going on, my brother? I have a back of my sofa Spider-Man variant in a plastic bag. I graded like an 8.5.
There you go.
Oh man, we need you to work at CGC, Warren. That's what I say. Chill out in the building. What's going on? Chill out saying every book I get a sleeve for is a book I put a ring on it. Hell yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. That put a ring on it analogy. That is awesome. Anyone think of trying EGS for slabbing? Those custom labels are dope.
I'm here for the metaphors, I guess.
Oof.
So, like, you can submit to EGS, or you can just buy their slabs. Like this, they have their own patented slabs now. You can just this is what they were using before they got the new patented slabs. But I've got a handful of these slap at yourself that I just did the label on myself.
I've never checked out EGS.
I'm just looking at that comic, man. What the hell, bro?
It's an Austin LeMay original.
Damn, he killed that,
Very
bro.
nice. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
he
cool.
did.
He murdered that. I gotta talk to Austin, man. I gotta talk to Samson.
Yeah, gets me lifted.
A simple a simple solution is to stop the reholder without regrading. Regrade everything. Just offer a slight discount if you are. I said, yeah, Rob. I said the same thing. Why are you gonna just nilly-willy just change the thing? You know, without even thinking that somebody would change the book. I mean, come on.
If you can think of somebody scamming somebody, there's somebody scamming somebody. You know, if you can come up with it, someone else has already came up with it and they're doing it.
Hell yeah.
If there's a way to scam, somebody's doing it for sure.
We wouldn't have to worry. Any slabs somewhere had 2 guns on them at the time. Big Herm Station. What's going on, Big Herm? How are you, my brother? Thanks for joining us. Has anyone figured out who the new Moon Knight is yet? No, not yet, man.
For me, it was a whole bag of I don't care.
I'm reading it.
I read that Moon Knight #1. It was terrible.
It was okay.
Midnight Mission. The
artwork was beautiful.
That's all the book was.
The artwork was great.
Yeah, I did like the artwork, but I guess I was there for the story more than anything. It was just it was such an odd read. I figured I'd jump on and try it, heard good things, and then I get there, I'm like, yo, this is some of like the most cringe writing that I've seen in a comic recently. Like that whole scene with Tigra and Reese, just their foreheads together for no reason, having a conversation. And then I'm like, what's about to happen? I turned the page, nothing. They weren't mad. It wasn't a romance. Like, this is the weirdest book I've ever read.
I was very happy to see Tigra in the book, though.
Who
like she's been there, right? Like
who's writing it now?
Same person.
Right, yeah.
Still McKay?
Yeah. It was just weird. Like having heard so much positive stuff about it, it was just a clunky, odd read. It just felt like they were, I don't know. It felt like comics for beginners to me. You notice how every single word bubble ended with a comma in the person's name. Like who talks like this, right. Scottie? It was weird that every time that they hit a bubble, Scottie, they would have to address Scottie, who they're like, what is this? Like, this is odd. It was so odd.
Man. My man McKay, he's being stretched in, it looks like. That's all. He's got a lot of work on his plate. By the way, this particular scandal only affects modern books. Yeah, Rob, definitely important to remember that. Trev, the shipping guru in the house. Hey, Phable, Scottie, Mark, Chat, Station. What's going on? So many great people join us and they're commenting. EGS has my books for 4 months. Just saying. Yeah, that's the thing that I hear about CGC. This whole year wait for some people. Oh my God,
that's way gone. Like 2 years ago, it was like a year if you were lucky, but they got their house in order. They got bought out. They hired new staff and everything. Yeah. CBC estimates are shot. You can send something to CGC right now and get it back in the same month at times, just a little over, and other times that's not necessarily a good thing, considering how much they're grading, how they're moving it so fast. But I don't know. EGS just has Tony grading. You know, it's all just going to depend on how busy they are at the time. With grading is a process. If you're going to send them off, be patient. Set it and forget it. You know.
Yeah. Chill Out said, I just left Samson before the show. Blame enjoy, Chill. No worries, Cliff. Autocorrect knows I'm cheap as hell. Hell yeah, man. I'm glad you liked it, Joe. Lots of people like really bad stuff.
Yeah, disliking something doesn't make you a hater. You know, like it's a great dismissive. Honest opinion.
Flash, what's going on, my brother?
Man. TJ. Oh, he heard me. I'm in trouble now, Scottie.
Yeah, you were talking crap about Moon Knight.
TJ's been here the whole time. He's like, wait a minute, let me drop a comment and slow this down.
His ears were burning.
About Moon Knight? No. Yeah. All right. So let's get to my second topic. I only have 2 today, and the rest is rapid fire. And I'm glad you guys are here for this second topic in particular, because I know both of you collect action figures. And a whole hell of a lot of them.
Me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We love our toys.
The whole time.
You know,
that's what me and Scottie really got to know each other, was from our common interest in toys.
Yeah. Toy nerd.
Oh, yeah. So, I got into it a few years ago, and I've been loving it. I'm actually getting more joy out of my toys than my comics lately. I hate to say that, but that's just the reality these days. I'm loving toys, but big thing happened, man. To the number one toy maker in the United States, Hasbro, has laid off 20% of its workforce. 20%. 1,000
sold off IPs.
Yeah, 1,100 jobs.
Estimated, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be more.
Yeah, and they already had laid off 800 earlier in 2023. So this is on top of those 800. And they also, like Mark just mentioned, they sold off their film and TV studio for $375 million.
I think that's a good move.
Yeah, no, it's gonna
I
offset
think
the
DC
debt.
needs to do that. I think Marvel should do that. Like get some variety and some different, because it's stuff's still going to come out. It should be other people paying to use the license and stuff like that. You know,
the CEO did it. He's calling it a strategic transformation.
Yeah,
so,
right.
You know, Marvel, like
they're losing money money on the toy end, but they're making money on the gaming end. So it's basically what it translates to.
like early Marvel hitting sin. There's been countless times in history Marvel was about to go under, but they had to sell off rights to stuff and stuff like that. And we got a lot of content because of it, you know, and it is strategic. If you can't self-fund it, you got to let someone else fund it. Let them foot the bill, let them foot the risk, get your cut and keep moving. Yeah.
Yeah, and just put some sort of clause in the contract that you got to approve the final product. That way they don't screw you or bring down the value of your IP.
Yeah, destroy your brand. Yeah, you don't want to destroy your brand in the process.
Yeah. But they sold that company for $375 million, but they purchased it for $4 billion in 2019. So that's a huge
Talk about terrible timing. This is a great idea. Let's spend all these billions of dollars. It's 2019. 2020 is coming. It's going to be the greatest decade ever. Yeah, 2020.
Surprise!
You can't plan for L's like that.
But that library is said to include 6,500 IP, including or titles rather, including Naked and Afraid, The Walking Dead, and Peppa Pig. So they lost a couple things there. But they're saying that these layoffs, the division that it affected the most is Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, which is
if
crazy.
You know Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, that's their gaming division, and they own Dungeons and Dragons, right? D&D.
Yeah.
So, and quite recently, they reported a 40% increase in sales from that division. So it's so crazy.
That's why it's crazy to me.
Yeah, that they knocking that division down the way they knocked it down. So, my basic question.
We got to look at what if they've been losing for like the past 3 years. Reporting a 40 increase ain't nothing. Like just.
Well, I mean, it just shows that there's interest in that. There's increased interest in that area where there hasn't been in the last few years. Tabletop gaming seems to be.
Well, I guess people finally coming back out to tabletop.
Yeah, and Dungeons and Dragons is the godfather of it all. So it's good to have that under your belt. So it is a shock that that's the most affected sector. But my question to you guys, basically, because we're toy collectors, man, this thing is close to at least my heart. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Hasbro go down in any sort of way. But anyway, do you think this is the beginning of the end for toys in general? I just, want to throw that out there. I know it doesn't seem that way. We love our toys and we think they're always going to be there. But much like physical media, kids ain't playing with them like they used to. Let's be real. Let's be honest. So just the number one company going down like this, is it an indication of something bigger like that? Or is this just poor business, poor spending, you know what I mean? It's just that for them.
It gets really tiresome having to compare and call everything back to the lockdown. But a lot of this still has lockdown written all over it. Like tabletop gaming, people still aren't back out like they were. We're never going to get back to how things were. It'll just be post and after lockdown stuff. So I think a lot of this it's got to do with that still. People not going out buying stuff. Like a place like a toy company that has factories with people that produce stuff and ship stuff that wasn't happening for a long time. So for like a good solid year, nothing was really getting produced. Everyone's just buying existing stock, So that kind of loss catches up with you somewhere. So it might just be strategic shifting. Now, as far as Hasbro, I think they got too big for their britches, kind of, maybe to a degree. I'm loving seeing them come up off of some IPs. McFarlane's about to be doing Power Rangers. He's about to be doing Transformers. He's about to be doing more. And if you know, I'm a McFarlane guy.
Yep.
Have been my whole life. Like there's like an original movie maniac I've had since my childhood.
Nice.
You know, like I'm excited to see other companies being able to get their hands on some of these licenses to produce stuff as well. But I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite Hasbro toys? Are you into anything Hasbro makes?
No.
No Power Rangers. No, nothing.
No, I'm a Bandai Power Ranger guy. I have like the OG stuff, the original Zords, the original Green Ranger and Dragon Zord still in the box sealed, and I'm a vintage Power Ranger guy. When it comes to rabbit holes with toys, I'm McFarlane movie figures like the Avatar, the DC film, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You gotta keep focused or you end up like this guy over here.
Mark buys. I was getting ready to say, Mark buys all the stuff that I don't buy, and vice versa.
Yeah, I pre-order complete waves of all the movie stuff, and like that kind of keeps it at a moderate rate. You know, it keeps them coming in at a good pace where I'm happy. I'm not overspending, and I've just always liked movie toys from like all the way back to like the first X-Men and the first Spider-Man movie. I bought all those sets as a youngster. It's just, I don't know. It's just coming up in an era before all of this stuff was on television, every time you turned it on kind of thing. You know, it was cool to, like we talked about, like expand and live in the hype of your fandom for as long as you can. Like a movie's coming out. Yay, they're real. I want the toys. I want to hold them. I want to like bang them together. You know, like it was
walk in the room and look at them on display.
Yeah, every day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What about you, S1? Do you think this is an indication of the industry or just Hasbro's bad business?
I think it's just Hasbro's bad business. They've made a lot of questionable decisions, and I say that as a Hasbro fan. I'm a big fan of Hasbro. However, I've seen them make a lot of questionable decisions, things that have hurt their business. And will they bounce back? I think that they will. I think some of the things they've realized on their own and have corrected. But I don't think they're going anywhere. And I don't think that kids are the target audience anymore for toys. I think they're targeted towards us now. So, and I think Hasbro knows that. And I'm hoping moving forward, they correct all these mistakes, as with CGC, and just roll forward smoothly and keep on making good toys.
You also have to put into
the windows back on your packages too. Put windows back on the packaging. I
was going to say, you have to also take into consideration the hype that has fallen. Rewind 20 years ago, everyone's hyped for Marvel, everyone's hyped for Star Wars, and then for the past 3 years, Disney's made it their sole mission to make everyone dislike Marvel and make everyone dislike Star Wars. And when your figures are extensions of your franchises, you know, like no one went and saw Wakanda Forgettable and said, I need that set of figures other than Scottie.
Other than me. And a few other people.
Same thing with Eternals. Same thing with all that. Like people have just lost the hype for the stuff like they used to have. Now it's becoming more niche.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, well, first of all, you have to develop new properties. You can't keep depending on the 40-year-olds and the 50-year-olds and the 30-year-olds to prop up your nostalgia portion of your line. You have to create new nostalgia. You have to get people into new things. You know, they used to do that in the 80s. That's why we're here today. G.I. Joe was directly tied to a toy line. Transformers was directly tied to a toy line. Like Mark said, you can go out today, and buy the toy of the thing that you just saw on TV, probably the same day, right? If they were smart, they'd have it in stores. So that's one aspect of it. Another aspect of it is that they have to reinterpret the toy business for today's standards, meaning you know that children are less and less playing with them. Now, maybe you can develop something that'll get them more excited, but the stuff that's $40 or better, that's got to be a new division, right? That can't be, that's your company that you're going to compete with McFarlane, and you're going to compete with Mafex and all this other stuff. And then you got to have that general toy line thing, and you got to be realistic about those two things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because like a $40 price point, that's a holiday price point for a kid. That's not a normal kid price point. When you get to those price points, you're gearing towards adults at that point.
And that's what McFarlane just did for the first time. I know you saw that, Scotty, that the Crisis Wave that they just announced for pre-order.
Oh,
Everyone's
yeah.
like, yo, Spectre, Golden Age Superman, build a figure. Wait, what? $40 a pop? You just jacked up the price, $15 per figure for these.
Yeah,
$15 per, like, what? That's insane. I would have bought the whole wave, but I settled for just the Spectre.
Yeah. Well, when I bought that Captain Carrot the other day, they threw in a little bitty flimsy stand, and it was like $32 now.
Wow.
$7. That's a $7 increase, right?
I
there.
hear
They have
they
the stand
taking
in
away.
multiple hand change outs,
Oh, yeah,
right?
it did have multiple hands.
Yeah, a standard
Wow.
$20-$25 figure doesn't have any change outs.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was
Or
just
the-
about
or
to
the
say
stand.
that. I'm hearing
Yeah.
they're taking out accessories and charging more. Which is
Yeah.
insane.
With most McFarlanes, they don't have like massive accessories. If it's a character that has like a weapon, it'll come with that weapon, but hand change outs or stuff like that, they don't typically come with. And you can't really, it's hard to, I mean, McFarlane, you have to compare to other McFarlane figures, and Hasbro figures you need to compare to other Hasbro, because they're not running on the same, like, I don't know, credentials with like the details and the molds and the
Right.
No,
format of the
absolutely not.
figure. So you have to really compare them to themselves. So seeing a figure go up $5 for a deluxe size stand and multiple hand swap outs, that ain't bad. But watching them go up $15 and you didn't do anything
Yeah.
other than change the price, you're like, wait, what just happened? What just happened?
Yeah.
McFarlane makes a much bulkier figure than your typical Hasbro Marvel Legends. It's just
Yeah.
they're really bulky. I like them. They're highly
They're
detailed.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are
Hasbro
definitely toxic plastics. Let's go.
Hasbro is at least with Transformers, it's the only line I could speak to. They have definitely played games with us as far as like there's been Transformers that don't come out with their gun. They have no accessory. It's just the bot. That's ridiculous. And
Yeah.
then here's what hurts even more. They'll come out with another Transformer and his accessory will be that guy's gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like, come on. You know,
Well,
that's
to
taking advantage.
Cliff's point, he says the whole Crisis Wave is 135, a tremendous saving compared to 40 a figure. I always feel like they're doing it intentionally. All right, for comparison, because like I said, I buy in waves. I don't typically buy individual
He
figures.
does.
I buy the
He
wave.
does bind
And
wave.
so keep this in mind. You're saying 135 standard wave, $89. Plus, he always has discount codes. 100% of the time, there are 10 and 15% off discount codes. So you're always getting an additional 10 or 15 off. So it went from 85 to 89 all the way up to 135 for the wave. Like that's crazy. And again, nothing added. Nothing added. And these aren't even the ones with the change out hands. These aren't the deluxe stands. These are the standard ones. They're just gold label, which is not unusual at all.
Yeah. Guys in the chat, what do you think about this Hasbro news? Anybody into figures like us?
Yeah,
Taylor
any toy
said
collectors out
Hasbro, or like has been, bro.
You know Taylor was going to say something. Like that. I was waiting on it.
Joe just marked it, and he's always right again.
You got any other toy collectors out there? What's
Damn
up,
it,
y'all?
I am until I'm wrong, which is very rare. Thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken.
Yeah, chill out, man. 20%, man. That is huge. That is huge. A fifth of your business. That's crazy.
Yep.
McFarlane figures look worth it. Yeah, they've always looked hot. That's one thing I can't take away from McFarlane figures, because I've heard some nightmare stories about McFarlane figures, about Spawn figures
bad ones. I've
falling
gotten some
apart
bad ones,
after
and I've
like
got
10
some great
years,
ones.
things like that. But one thing you can't take away from them is that they look awesome. I have like one or two of them, and I love the look of them.
I've bought in a lot, and the only thing that I ever had an issue with, and this was on a manufacturer level, the Dark Knight trilogy Bane Builder figure, and they put out a notice that one of the peg joints, how like you have like that you take a hand off, it's like an open hole that just slides into a peg. One of the peg joints was inserted on backwards, so they said like either send them back, or like I've looked up, like you just throw it in some hot water and it'll come right out, which I did that, and I'm like, wow, that was super easy.
I have a floral heat gun. I can just put some heat to it and
You,
mimic
can't, you
how
shouldn't
I
admit that
want.
right now. You shouldn't admit to owning a heat gun this day and age, Scotty.
Oh, my bad. I don't own a
That's
heat
how the slabs were being broken into.
gun. Uh-oh. I don't own a heat gun.
There you go. If he did own a heat gun, he would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figuratively speaking.
Figure.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I'm surprised that, to be honest with you, I'm surprised that Transformers is as strong as it is. But I guess they managed through those Michael Bay movies, and somehow they got
You mean
kids
there's
into
billion-dollar movies?
Yeah. But
they managed through those billion-dollar successes.
But those children managed to hang on, is what I'm saying. Like the kids that were then, now they're like 20. They're in their 20s now, and they're like really expanding their figure collection. They're going into other eras of Transformers outside of the Michael Bay stuff. So, but I'm kind of shocked about it because Transformers is huge, man.
Yeah, the Michael Bay stuff is what got me hyped for Transformers, other than just like watching some Beast Wars as a kid, like I love the Michael Bay stuff. I own a piece of original art from one of the Michael Bay Transformer comics.
Yeah,
my kids love them. Like I'm an oddball. I love those.
I tell the fellas all the time, I'm like, Transformers might be more crazier than comics when it comes to value sometimes, because man, I've seen Transformers go from like $50 to like $800, like, in a month or two, and it's like, really, like that? But yeah, man. Don't they have a new CEO? This is the bullshit we deal with when you have to answer to investors. Yes,
that's
part of it. Yeah,
Chris Cox is the CEO of Hasbro.
He's the CEO? Okay.
Yes.
They killed tabletop D&D for the online stuff, Cryo said. Oh, see, I didn't know that.
We got Chris the comic vet. What's going on, man?
Chris is in the house. Station. What's going on? We also got Fanboy Prime in the building. Station.
What's up, man?
So many good people came in, man. Kevin is here. Greetings, community. Everybody's got great opinions here, too. I'm trying to get to everybody. Are these really considered toys rather than collectible? If an adult buys it and never takes it out of the box, it ain't a toy. I agree, Trade Paper Dad, but if you go to Target and it's on the wall there, I gotta assume it's considered a toy. You know what I mean? At least Target is buying it for that reason. I don't think Target.
Toy department.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they're doing the collector thing.
I don't typically buy in waves. I'll go buy them from the stores. I try to buy clearance as much as possible. But I go to the store, and I go to the stores a lot. I work in retail. I never see kids on the toy aisles when I see other adults.
As an adult who frequents toy aisles, the only kids I ever see on them are my own.
Right, exactly.
Hey,
so
has this happened to you?
Guys like me.
Has this happened to you where you're going to a Target or Walmart and you get freaking excited, right? And then you go over there and you run to that toy section to see what they got of the thing you like, and it's completely empty. What the?
It's hit or miss, man. It's really hit or miss.
As I go in there and just
y'all
can see my IG where I'm like, hey, look, I found all of these.
Every Godzilla figure in existence, I just bought.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that little one that you bought. That one's rare. The little.
Yeah,
one.
I had it here for the show and tell. The monkey keeps walking up. I keep muting my mic. She walks up, she's jacking all my show and tell stuff.
Yeah, parents aren't paying $20 for an action figures that kids will rip apart in 5 minutes. Agreed 100%, bro.
Yeah.
Agreed, Taylor. That's what grandparents are for.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, I'm the one buying them. All these figures that I'm buying, like, I buy them, I do the little short with them, open them up, and then just to the kids.
Yeah.
I figured you probably did.
I spent 20, but I'm not a parent. Do that count? LOL. Phil in the house. Station. What's going on?
I would do that. Phil? I would do that with my son. My son has no interest in my toys.
Yeah, you want to show them your dog?
Flash said, asking for a friend who owns a heat gun.
I allegedly own a heat gun. Allegedly.
Flash, be careful, Flash. Allegedly. Don't go do that. All right, man. Let's get into some rapid fire. Basically, I'm just gonna spit out a bunch of headlines. I got a few here, not too many. And if you guys have any comments on it, you say, whatever you want to say. If you've been thinking about this at all, you want to put something out there, you just let me know. But other than that, if you don't, we just move on to the next headline until we get to the blaming. So, first rapid fire is Prime Video has given Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips's Criminal a series order, man. This I think is pretty cool, right? I think this is going to be good. That's some good source material to work with. So I'm happy to see that Criminal. You guys ever read Criminal, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips?
I've heard of it, but I've never read it personally. No.
Oh man, such a good
I,
series.
I read it impersonally, so I don't remember any of it.
Well,
Man, I bought Criminal when I first got into comics because I heard about it. Found it on eBay, the entire series, not the entire series. I think the volume 3 that was on Image. I bought that. It was like a 12-issue series. I absolutely loved it. And I wanted to get more of them, but they're very hard to find. Some of them are very expensive. So, but yeah, this is cool. All right. So next rapid fire, Echo dropped this week, right? 5 episode miniseries, and it debuted as the top Disney Plus show. Mark already gave it a 6. What was it? A 6 out of 10?
I gave it a gracious 6 out of 10. It also came in as the second lowest reviewed Disney Plus show. It's not hard to come up with the most streamed thing on Disney Plus when you're the only thing that released that week. I mean, nothing.
I was gonna say,
I gave it a gracious 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 is not bad. What do you think? Did you see it, Esmar?
Yeah, man. I agree with Mark. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I liked. Okay, first off, the supporting the actress that played Echo, amazing. She's a real life amputee. I didn't know that. She's really deaf in real life. I think she's an incredible actress.
Okay.
However, I just don't feel like Echo should have gotten her own show. I just feel like they're throwing crap at the wall at this point. 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I think she was bad, to be honest with you. Like, I don't like. All right, bad is too strong. I think she's not a dynamic actress at all. And when you can't
carry a show,
yeah, when you can't speak, when, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Disney went out to make this show. They're like, all right, we need a female minority, make her disabled. You know what? Double disable her. And like, they're like, all right, here's the list of people that fit the description. One person. So like, she just, you could get a statue and paint it like her, and that's as dynamic as she was as an actress. She has one facial expression. She doesn't move much, except when she's doing the clunky choreography. The acting was great. I'll give you the grandma. Sequences? The grandma was a good actress, I think. Like, she was really good.
About the fight sequences? Did you think they were
terrible,
okay?
Man? Like, terrible? I think that this was the bottom of the barrel for the MCU. Keep in mind, this is the same production company, the same studio house that has brought us fights that we saw with Winter Soldier or Black Widow hand fighting. This was not on par with this. This felt like something off of a new streaming service that doesn't have a budget. Like, air punches left and right, clunky. It was just if anyone is saying that this is good, you need to like go reevaluate everything you've ever watched before. This does not live up to anything.
It's nowhere near your Loki or
no
Moon Knight. I'm
glad I'm hearing this from you guys, and especially my boy E. He also echoes your sentiments, pretty much in agreement. I jumped into a 7, been better than a bunch of other recent MCs. Yeah, I'm glad things that I think because I was hearing high praise all around, like
things that were cool about it. Things that were really cool about it is we got a limited performance from Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, which he's always good. He's just, it's that unnerving. Like, you're just like, how is he going to structure this sentence next? Because he talks goofy, it's fun.
And can I point out the way that he communicated with Echo? I thought was really awesome. I wish that technology existed in real life. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool. He had an earpiece in, and she had a contact in. So when he spoke, it just projected the sign language in front of him. So can So like, and then when she signed, it just talked in his ear. But the parts I thought were cool were like the Indian heritage stuff that they added in, the lore to the Choctaws and all that. I thought that was really cool. But then, like, knowing how Disney operates, you're just like, this is cool, but I feel like there's a level of cringe to all of this. And there really was. And the season finale had to be the most cringeworthy thing I've ever seen. Now, I'm not calling the show woke. I think they did a good job, like having a lead actress who literally checks off every box that a lot of outrage channels would just stand on and complain about. They didn't deliver a woke show by very big of a stretch of imagination. Like you hear the phrase, I'm going to be the queen pin, and she has these magical powers that piggyback on the backs of all the strong women that came before this and that. But it was still handled pretty cool. You know, it's in a show that otherwise should have been easy to pick apart for them just pandering.
Yeah.
There was minimal pandering and a lot of enjoyment with the whole Indian heritage and stuff, and then like the whole Native American background. It was fun in that aspect.
I did think it was cool about the whole Netflix thing, which I think never mind. I didn't bring that up. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
I agree with Taylor. And like I asked somebody, like they're like, "Oh, the Echo's fire." I'm like, "What's fire about it?" They're like, "Oh, the whole hard hit, the whole mature tone." I'm like, "There isn't a mature tone. You get like two scenes. Like one is literally a split second. Kingpin thanks you for your service, and that's the code for someone to pull out a gun and shoot someone in the neck, and they fall. Not major gore or anything, but you actually see them take a bullet to the neck and just fall.
Right.
Then another guy gets shot in the back 4 episodes later. That's your TVMA. That is it. It's not like no breaking of bones, no excessive blood from this drug out fight scene or nothing like that. It's just this.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard nothing but good things. So I'm glad I'm hearing this from you, because now I'm going to temper. You know, I won't go into it so high like I was kind of going to go into it, because I'm glad that it's MA. Or even though it hasn't been MA, I'm glad that they're allowing it to be MA if need be, because I've always loved those Netflix shows. And one of the rapid fires is that Disney Plus officially made the Netflix television shows, MCU television shows, canon.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, they put them into this timeline that they have going, this playlist. They inserted those shows into that timeline, so you know when they take place in the MCU, which is pretty cool.
And we got a lot of good news. Like, it's kind of on brand here with the Echo thing. We got a lot of good news announcements for Daredevil Reborn, which you know is getting retooled from Jump with new creative team that said, we'll work on the show, but we have a stack of Daredevil reading we have to read before we attempt to make this show, which you're like, yes, get an idea of what you're about to do. And then they confirmed it. We're bringing Karen Page back. We're bringing Foggy Nelson back. Today, where the previous people were like, we don't need them. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
You have to have them. Yeah. You need
Now keep in mind, it's been 5 years since Jessica Jones season 3, which was the last of those shows, which they have rebranded the Defender Saga. So they're no longer to be referred to as the Netflix MCU shows. They are the Defender Saga. But yeah, man, super excited about that.
That's cool. Yeah, that's good news.
What other things happened? Ahsoka season 2 is officially in development. I don't know if you guys are into Star Wars or Ahsoka, but season 2 is in development. I'm always down for some Rosario. Yeah, I'm always down.
Yes, season 1 of Ahsoka like sparked some excitement in me for the Star Wars stuff again. It was a treat.
There you go. I love that cartoon. What was it?
Rebels?
Yes, and I heard that this is basically a sequel to that. I'm excited. I haven't got a chance to catch it, but I'm going to catch it. All right. 2 more little rapid fires. Lawrence Fishburne has officially joined the cast of The Witcher. Netflix's The Witcher, season 4.
If it's not good enough for Henry Cavill, it's not good
It's
enough.
not good enough for me, right?
It's not good enough for nobody.
Wait. Lawrence Fishburne is playing. If you're into the video games or even the books, I think Geralt has a friend that's a vampire, right? And which is crazy because he's a monster hunter. But one of his best friends happens to be a vampire, which is a unique little thing that they do in those video games. And seeing him being portrayed by Lawrence Fishburne sounds really intriguing, right? Lawrence Fishburne as a vampire. I don't know. I kind of want to see that, but yeah, that's happening. Did you watch Witcher at all, Vaughn?
No, I have not seen it.
No?
Nope.
Okay. And the last bit of rapid fire, the upcoming Thundercats comic book from Dynamite Entertainment has crossed 100,000
I'm so excited, man.
And people think it's Transformers.
Y'all
saw that.
Should have seen the pre-order list I put in this morning.
I commented it is that I bet a lot of that number is retailer exclusives, because you're looking at people doing an exclusive, a trade virgin set what is that? 4,000 per retailer, kind of at least bare minimum,
already
like
know what
1,000,
topic,
3,000 kind of thing.
Yep.
Everyone thinks that this is Transformers. Like all the retailers think that this is Transformers round 2 that they're about to cap. Dude, I bet these people are. This is going to sell well, but I think people are about to be sitting on a mountain of Thundercats. That being said, it's still super cool, but Rob Liefeld
cool.
dropped his cover and it looks amazing.
It does. It does.
I added it to my list.
That. I was no disrespect to Rob Liefeld or his fans, but I wasn't expecting it to be as hot as it was. This hot.
Dare you?
How
we
dare
we got artists out in full force for this, man.
Couches. I mean, this shit is looking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
You got Nakayama on the A cover. You got Perillo. Jay Lee's doing a cover. Let's see, we got Nakayama foil. We got foils, cool blanks, Liefeld. There's a ton of really cool covers.
I'm with T-Dubs here. I think people are gambling too heavy on it.
There's a cover the towel cover that's pretty badass. There's an action figure variant.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
Thundercats just doesn't have the juice that Transformers has at all, and this is about to be an interesting rollout.
Well, let me ask you a question, guys.
I think a lot of people are ready for it, just like they were Transformers.
Let me ask you both a question.
Big franchise.
What do you think is the difference? Because this is nothing new, right? Thundercats came out in Image Comics with J. Scott Campbell covers and all this other shit, right? Not too long ago. Transformers, from what I know, has a big IDW following or whatever. What's the difference between a few years ago and now with these particular IP that you're seeing like as if they are just super rejuvenated? 100K pre-orders. Transformers had 150,000 pre-orders. Duke, Cobra Commander. I don't know what happened when they shifted, but something happened.
With Image, a few things happen. You know, Image is like being caught up to the big leagues. That's like being caught up to Marvel or DC these days.
True.
And
that's what I said.
You've created an atmosphere where people can jump on to the beginning. Image invested heavily, not just in getting these IPs, but bringing us these IPs at the best they can. They got Daniel Warren Johnson, who's arguably one of the hottest creators in comics.
Oh, he's amazing.
And so they did that. You know what I'm saying? They put Daniel Warren Johnson on Transformers, not just the hottest creator, but somebody who has a deep passion for the property. They went and recruited Joshua Williamson to do Duke and Cobra Commander. He's like, anybody who reads DC Comics knows the name and trusts this man full-heartedly.
Yeah.
You know, they invested in it. Like, so it looks like the Thundercats, this is just me, you know, I just seeing what I see. It looks like Dynamite's like, yo, let's just ride these coattails to the bank. Not saying nothing negative about Thundercats, but
who do they have as the writer?
Delane or DeCal Shapley, something like that. Exactly. He's an independent comics writer. They didn't go big or go home like Image did. They're just like, yo, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats is in that same basket of stuff from the time era.
They did on the art side, though. On the art side, holy shit.
Well, like, that's kind of easy to do, though, right? Like even the most off-the-wall, random independent comic comes out with numerous covers because you can sell a cover based on the artist, you know. But this is not of the caliber that Transformers was, so that's why I'm shocked at the pre-orders being so high. There it is, Clan Chevy.
I don't think it is either. I mean, I don't think it is either, but I think it'll do well.
Yeah. I just noticed that there's this whole, like, I don't know, this excitement. It's almost as if fans are coming back, like they're saying, finally, something that I can buy from the thing I like. Almost as if the thing that came before wasn't good.
You got to think a lot of people that grew up
series before, so I'm ready to start one.
And a lot of people that grew up reading comics through the era of buying Thundercats toys or watching it on shows, that's a lot of the people you see now dropping their pool lists, and they don't care for Marvel right now. They don't care for DC right now. I mean, comics change over the years, and it ages out a lot of people. A lot of people get out because the taste change and stuff. Well, now you have a comic I can be excited about. Let me go check out Thundercats. Are they going to destroy it or something to enjoy, you know? So comics are kind of getting hit or miss, where back in the day, you know, people just bought everything they could afford to because it was all like hitting their taste buds.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm excited. I like all this stuff. I like hearing this. That Thundercats in 2024 is alive and well and selling 100,000 comic books. That's
That's
amazing.
wild, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
Fun.
that's amazing. All right, man. So that's all the news, man. You guys are freaking amazing. You guys offered such great points to all this stuff we talked about today. Really appreciate you guys in the chat too, man. You guys killed it. This
Yep.
chat has been popping the
It
entire
has
time.
been. Yep.
Talking about all this great stuff. But we have this little thing in that we like to do called the blaming. So why do we call it the blaming? Because you're gonna see what we show, and you might blame one of us for that next purchase that you make. When you get that bill, and you're like, "Damn it, Scottie, why did you show that book? Now I have to go on eBay and pay 3 times the amount." But yeah. So before we get into blaming, let me just play this little clip.
Why don't I own this? Why don't I own this?
Two Guns. This is my favorite part of the show. Hell yeah. All right, I'm going to kick it off, guys, because I only got 2 things. I don't know if anybody is aware or unaware. I'm moving. So all this stuff you see back here, this is all packed and ready to go. I'm not going to dig into these things. I haven't even thrown my setup, Scottie. That's how bad it is, man. But yeah, these things are ready to go. So I got 2 figures in this week. Of course, they're Transformers. Talk about Hasbro today. And this is why I'm a little sad about that news, because some of the figures I've gotten this year from Transformers have been amazing. And these next 2 figures are no less amazing, man. So first up, I got this guy. Let me just
his foot's back on. His foot's there.
His foot's back. Yeah, you saw Biggie Shaq.
Yeah, that's all.
Where's his foot? Oh boy, he's cool because he's a pirate. So his foot comes off and he has like a peg leg. He's got this cool little beard. He's got this giant sword. You can actually put the foot on the sword to make it look like a hilt with claws. It's got Wolverine claws. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Lions for a chest. Thundertron. Space pirate. He's got like a cybernetic tail here, looking crazy. So love this damn figure. Just came out just this week. I got him, and then I got somebody even like cooler than him, if you could believe that. I got a guy called Tiger Hawk. Man, this dude is a Beast Wars character. Apparently, in the cartoon of Beast Wars, the character Tigertron and Air Razor die, and then some alien thing puts them together and they create this new character called Tigerhawk. Look how freaking amazing.
Did you enjoy the Rise of the Beast movie?
It was okay. I'm not a big Michael Bay Transformers fan. Even though Rise of the Beast isn't Michael Bay's movies, it kind of brings back a lot of his tones that I'm not fan of. I love the Bumblebee movie though, the one with Haley Stansfield.
Yeah.
That one I really like with John Cena.
I love both of those.
But yeah, man, look at this guy. This is detailed, a lot of sculpted detail. Got the freaking talons on his shoulders. This is an amazing figure. So glad to have this. That's my blaming. Scottie, what do you got for us, brother?
Man, those were nice, dude. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are really cool. As far as toys, I picked up the second to last from the Spider-Man No Way Home wave. So I liked Sandman and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So
Oh, that's
cool.
cool,
Look at that. He's got a real nice crotch on that.
Yeah.
So we got
Sandman
Sandman.
packing the castle.
We cover up his junk right there. So we got that guy. But this is the
Now
really
we know
cool
why his hands are so big.
This is really cool. I scored at the Target last week. They were putting out this wave, and I found the Platinum Edition.
Yeah,
of
dude,
Captain
that is
Carrot.
amazing.
So he's brown instead of white, which at first I thought that I liked the white one better, but after having him for a little while, I think I like this version better. But he's really cool.
Yeah, that's super awesome.
I like him.
Now, Scotty, are you a fan of the hard capes like that versus the cloth capes? Because I am. I see a lot of people always asking for cloth capes, but I like the styled ones that are good for display like that.
I personally like these just fine. I don't feel the need to go out and get a custom cloth cape. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I like it, but that was a cool find.
Our character's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I love weird shit like that.
I really do too. A friend of mine at work, my only comic book friend at my job, gave me this amazing omnibus. So I'm gonna dig into this.
Crap, Age of Apocalypse. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he gave me collects all
I need better friends.
He's really a good friend. He's given me some of my best comics in my collection. The horror book I submitted to CGC, this guy gave me. He's given me some amazing stuff. He's really a good friend. Other than that, and like the new comic books day stuff, that's what I picked up. So I can kind of breeze through that stuff, I guess, real quick. Grabbed a foily for Batman Beyond, a reprint, right, Mark?
Dude, I like it.
Sir. You can't have a foil and it be a facsimile. That's disqualified instantly.
Couple blanks for that reprint.
Taylor's crazy.
If you like Dazzler like me, you want to read this.
Nice.
Dazzler is actually in this storyline. So
yeah, hell yeah. I love that DNA cover, man. I like DNA. So
it's a cool cover. Yeah. If you're a Dazzler fan, though, that's how you can keep up with her in this story. We got some sensational She-Hulk.
Yeah, boy. Don't tell nobody about that book. Then we will, we're gonna have like 10,000 variants. Everybody's gonna want it. Don't tell nobody about that book. Keep it low. Keep it low.
Y'all let me know in the comments. Yeah. What did y'all think about the new Ultimate Spider-Man? Y'all let me know. I liked it personally. I thought it was cool.
I know cover A is sold out.
But grab that.
Oh yeah.
This was really confusing to me. Nice. This was Rise of the Powers of X. This book was so confusing. It left me so confused.
X-Men is hard to follow.
Yeah, it's hard to follow. Zorro, this was an amazing read. This was my read of the week. This was the best book I read.
The Sean Gordon Murphy one?
Yeah.
No way.
It's a great story, great art to go with it. Just a really good book. I highly recommend it.
Scottie, you just got me, bro. You just got me. I gotta blame you now.
Boring.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, pretty cover.
Damn.
Awesome. Having fun. It's a really good book. If you like Transformers, pick it up.
Oh yeah. They're doing a great job with that comic.
I typically don't like these type of books, believe it or not. I typically don't like these type of books, but this is really good.
Is that Lula? Is that Lula Tolay or who's the
that cover, bro?
Maria Lovett. Maria Lovett's Crave. This is a really good book. I like it. But that's me. That's what I got.
All right, man. That was awesome, dude. Hell yeah, man. All right, Mark, take us home, my brother. What do you got for the blaming?
Well, Monkey's jacked most of the stuff out over here, but I was just reaching while I was watching Scotty. I too have Spider-Gwen Smash, but I have the John Jang variant. If you follow me on Instagram, every year for the past 3 years, I've done the January. Where I post John Jang covers throughout the month to spotlight some stuff. So I've got a lot of these different Spider-Man variants that he's done. And so that's really fun. If you got some John Jang books, post them up on IG, that hashtag January.
January.
But I too got Ultimate Spider-Man 1. Haven't read it yet.
I love that cover.
I had to get that Nick Klein cover.
I love that cover.
Yes. I typically cover everything, but also with Marvel, I typically try to pick up new titles, and then I only last one issue. So I'm like, I'll risk it to get the biscuit and get a cover that I really like. It reminds me of the Super NES days for whatever reason when I saw it.
I love it.
Let me know if you like it or not. I'm curious if you like the new Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good stuff so far from it. We'll see.
Me too.
A recent pickup that I made, I grabbed another copy of this.
Nice.
Very excited about the movie coming. That's like
I got an idea that you could do with that book, Mark.
Just tear it.
No. Me and Flash, we'll talk to you later with our hot glue guns.
Okay, boom. I like it. And I have these sitting here just because I keep using them as the background of my shorts. But the first appearance of King Kong in comics was in Gold.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a cool book,
wow.
man.
That's
That is
hot.
a
Yeah,
really
so
cool book.
this one, I'm trying to get through all these shorts. They're lasting a lot longer than I thought. And this is going to CGC. Because if you notice, it's a very clean copy, but got
Yeah.
some great spine roll that has probably helped protect it over the years. So I'm going to send this to get straightened up, tightened up. Put a ring on it.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yes.
that Godzilla one, of course.
That's on my list, man. I got to
That's
get that one.
Dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently,
yeah.
I scored these. I got this like $30 forever ago,
You
and
can
I
get
think
them fairly reasonable.
I was with Pops when I beat the hell out of someone for this one.
That's
Not
gonna be a hard
physically,
one
just
to
on
find.
price. I love haggling, and if I can find a comic in real life and haggle people for it, it's like the highlight of my day. But
Yeah.
been doing a lot of toy shorts with the MonsterVerse stuff. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire is coming, and they've put out the awesome wave of figures. You got the Scar King. There's going to
Oh,
be a new
hell
villain
yeah.
introduced in
I
Hollow
want to
Earth.
see these. Oh, yeah.
You've got Kong with the Beast glove on,
That's
Nice.
nice.
which someone was like, "That's weird. Why would he have a glove?" I'm like, "Yo, the last movie they built an entire metal Godzilla. This isn't far fetched."
Right. That's not
Right.
crazy.
The movie before that, there was an alien's three-headed space dragon. I think we're okay with the
I
glove.
think we're
Chill
good.
out.
Yeah. You can have a gauntlet.
We might be okay. And then, if anybody doesn't want spoilers for that movie, I'm about to show a Titan that has not been shown outside of toys. Scottie will be the
Spoilers,
first to tell you that toys will spoil anything because they have to
Yep.
get them out at a timely manner. And toys do not release on specific day and times like movies or comics. They ship and try to get them out. So
Yep.
the last chance, if you don't want to see the secret Titan or anything, tune out because I want to talk about it too. But this
Spoilers
right here
incoming.
is, yeah. So this is going to be the biggest Titan introduced in the MonsterVerse, which the MonsterVerse keeps creating their own Titans because Toho has Titans like Godzilla, and they have to pay out the ass to get rights to use them. When they did Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra, that cost them greatly. So they create their own like Scar King, and this one, Shimu, which is going to be like the largest Titan yet, and it's also going to have ice abilities. It'll be under the control of Scar King. It's responsible for the Ice Age. It's supposedly responsible for us seeing Ghidorah frozen in ice when we're first introduced to Ghidorah, and it's gonna be dope. And the light hitting those scales is really cool.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's
looks
interesting, man. Like a white kind of dinosaur looking thing. Yeah, that's
It's pretty wild. And this one does come with its little ice blast too. Like they all like the monkey stole the Suko, the little baby one, and the Doug toy. I had him up here. She keeps walking up, just jacking all my stuff. But that's the only ones that are left
yeah,
up.
she has good taste because I said.
Well,
the
she
same
knows they're
thing.
hers. I grab my kids' toys at this point. I open them and then they can have them. So
Yeah, of course. That's cool. I really like that.
And I had the evolved Godzilla with the pink spikes and everything to show and compare you how he's going to be slimmed down. He's going to have longer arms. Having fought and lost the battle, he has to go level up. He does absorb radiation and energy and stuff. And he's going to be absorbing something new in this new movie where he will literally pretty much shed his skin and level up. I'm very excited for it. It looks.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to get into this, man. I'm gonna be hitting you up for sure.
I gotta ask you a question regarding those toys, though. That specific line. Are they trying at all, like with the articulation? Have they came any ways as far as like enhancing the articulation with this wave compared to like the last wave?
Not for Godzilla, not for Kong. It just depends on the figure. These, like they have like leg swivel up and down, but I mean, like
nice.
He's a gorilla. He's shaped the way he's shaped.
Right.
He's got swivel
so
and
it's gonna
stuff.
be limited.
Yeah. But then when you have someone more gangly and stuff, he's more.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anybody.
It just depends on the figure itself. Like I have Ghidorah, and like his heads move at the base of his neck, and then the actual heads. And then
who's bringing out those, Mark? What's the company with those?
Man, I wish you wouldn't ask. Scottie knows.
What?
The company bringing out the Godzilla toys.
It is Playmates.
Who is it? Is it Playmates?
Yeah,
I
so
didn't
that's
know that.
here. Yeah, Playmates.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's the box for Ghidorah. He's on the shelf.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's your Playmate?
Huh?
That's your Playmate?
Sure. Yeah, that's good.
All right, man. That was awesome, dude. Great blaming. Great show, guys, man. You guys are awesome. I had a great time hanging out with you. Mark, such a good time. Thank you for giving me
I
your
appreciate
time.
you inviting me, man. This was fun.
Hell yeah, my brother. I love having an insight. I love like I said, you have a great passion for certain things, and when you have that passion, it's super infectious, brother. And I had to get you on. You got anything coming up you want to tell the people about before we get out of here?
Yeah, there's no chance to enter at this point, but me and the homie DJ Links were giving away a Hulk 180 and a CGC 8.0, the first appearance of Wolverine. The first Friday in February. The last thing we did like that, we gave away a first appearance of Miles Morales. We did the drawing on my channel, so we'll do this one on his channel. But every Sunday night at 8:30, I do the live stream at Week's End on my channel where I go through spoiling the reads for the week, the movies, the shows, and everything. Monarch Legacy of Monsters just had its series finale, season 1 finale, this past week, and my God, it was amazing. Cannot wait to talk and discuss that, and I'll be doing that. That'll definitely be the focus Sunday night. So come by, hang out, talk some Legacy of Monsters.
Oh yeah, man! Everybody go check out Mark Legion of Comics, and definitely DJ Links and the stuff you guys got going on. If you want a chance to win Hulk 180, that's amazing. Scottie, my brother, came through last minute for me. I am forever in your debt. I am forever grateful. Of course, you killed it out of the park, knocked it out of the park as my co-host, my brother. You got anything coming up, man?
Yeah, Comic Book Addicts. We got episode 51 coming up this Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We will have special guest John from John's Comics with Kids. John's an awesome dude, a veteran in this comic book community. He has an amazing collection. He's going to be coming on talking about X-Men, Storm. We're going to get his origin story of how he got started collecting comic books. We're just going to be hanging out, having a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope that you guys will come join us Monday at 7:30 if you're not doing anything. And I dropped a video this morning on my channel. I found some new Five Below packs in 2024. They're doing Marvel 4-packs. So I bought 3 and I opened all 3 in this video. So if you're curious to see what the Five Below mystery packs are looking like, go to the channel and check it out.
I was gonna ask you if you got one in 1,000, but I'll tune in. To find out.
I opened all 3 in the video. So if you want to see, check it out.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Definitely go sub to my man Scottie Vaughn 82, man. He's the man. Like I said, good brother in this community as well as my brother Legion.
Thank you.
We're just trying to hang out, man. We're just trying to get together, and do more of this stuff. I like reaching out to people I haven't hung out with yet, and this was not a disappointment. Thank you again, Mark, for joining us. Of course,
thank you for inviting.
Oh yeah, brother. Join us next week. We have a new start time. We're going to be going Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're moving to Fridays because Saturday I got this whole move thing going on, and I need Saturdays, right? As you know, your weekends are very valuable. Yep. So I figure I'd move to Friday nights, and it also gives me a little bit more comfort, right? Like I don't have to feel like I got anything to do that day, right? Because right after the stream, guess what I'm doing? I got to take the kids over here. I got to take the kids over there. So it'll be more calm, more relaxing kind of mood. So come hang out with us. My first guest will be none other than Chris Lost in Comics for that first show. He just had his award show, which was fantastic. I don't know if you guys caught his award show, but they put on a crazy great production over there, like Brian does for the CBC Awards. So go check. Lost in Comics Awards. It was awesome.
Check that out.
Yeah. There's only one thing left to say, everybody. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. Station. Where's my brand? Where's my brand?
The Peach Momoko.